Hey friends, it's Michelle from the Little Farm in the Valley. So first of all, I want to apologize because I had to voice over the whole first part of the video because it is way windier out here than I thought, and when I went to editing the video, I couldn't hear a thing. So I just decided to voice over this first part. So anyway, today I'm doing a zucchini project and I'm heading down to the garden to check my zucchini plants. I have a few up at the house, but I just wanted to check and see that there were no more on the plants before I start this project. This is going to blow your mind. I know it's going to blow mine if it works. So it's a really, really fun project and I can't wait to show you. So I'm heading into the garden. These are my beautiful zinnias. They are absolutely gorgeous this year. The rest of the garden though is a little bit less than desirable this year because we had terrible, terrible mosquitoes. So we couldn't really get down here and do the weeding properly. I have two zucchini plants. They didn't produce a whole lot either, so I'm probably not going to find anything, but I just thought I would check before I start this project. So I'm just rummaging around the zucchini, and if I can't find anything, I'm just gonna head back to the house and start this project. So I'm making my way back. The puppies are here in the garden with me. They actually do a great job of keeping our garden free of pests. Look at that beautiful cabbage. We will be making sauerkraut soon. So anyway, as I was saying, the dogs actually do a great job at keeping our rabbits and mice and other pests out of the garden. We do have a fence around the garden, but anytime that we go in there, the dogs come in there as well. And they just do a great job at keeping our garden absolutely free of all the rodents. This is a beautiful watermelon coming in the watermelon patch. I'm really excited about that. So I am back at the house now, out of the wind, so you can probably hear me better. But I have some zucchini here that I got from last week's picking. And so if you are familiar with zucchini and you eat a lot of zucchini, you will know that when you make a zucchini, let's say for example, you're putting it in a stir fry with cabbage. The zucchini will come out of that stir fry tasting more like cabbage than an actual zucchini, since the flavor of a zucchini is kind of, I don't know if bland is the right word, but whatever you pair it with, the zucchini will take on that taste and that flavor. If you were to put it in like a slaw with juice and cabbage, it would take on the flavor of the cabbage and the juice. So that's the theory behind this. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn these zucchinis into pineapple. Sounds crazy, right? But apparently it works, and apparently people do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to can them just as if they were pineapple chunks. And it's only 4 ingredients, so it's super easy, super simple. And yeah, we're gonna take this pile of zucchini and we are somehow magically going to turn them into pineapple. So we have our 4 ingredients. Super simple, super easy. You're gonna need sugar, some real lemon, some 100% pineapple juice. This is no sugar added, but we are adding sugar anyway, so. And then our zucchini. So now we're going to cut our zucchini into chunks. You can also shred the zucchini, but I'm going to try it with just dicing it into chunks. And my zucchini are pretty big sized, so they're seedy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this center. The chickens are always ready to eat zucchini, so I figure this would only be really mushy after canning. So I'm going to take it out. And I'm just going to make chunks about like this. So the thing with this zucchini recipe here is I don't think you could, open a can and eat it just like you would actual canned pineapple. But in recipes that ask for pineapple, I think it will work fine. Like pineapple upside down cake, or I have a carrot cake recipe that asks for pineapple. In those cases, these should be absolutely perfect. But like actually sitting down and eating the can and thinking, I'm eating pineapple, I don't know if it'll quite be the same, but you never know. But like for putting pineapple on pizza or things like that, it should work. So that's what I have been told. So we will find out. If that's the case, I think I'll be planting more zucchini next year. So I'm going to do pint jars. So all that I need to do is fill my jars with these zucchini. And so there's recipes where you boil the pineapple juice and the lemon and the sugar and then you pour it over, but I've read that you're going to end up with a really soggy mess if you do that. So I saw someone do this where they would just, I think they started with the sugar. So we'll do 2 teaspoons of sugar. And they would put it directly into the jar on top of the pineapple. And then the lemon juice. The lemon juice is actually what is going to let me can these just with water bath instead of pressure can. The acid from the pineapple juice and the lemon juice is what's kind of going to save me from not having to pull out the pressure canner. This should now be no longer low acid, so it should be safe to just put in my water bath canner. So that's all we did. We added our sugar, pineapple juice, and lemon, and that's it. All I have left to do is get a ring and a lid on and get my canner ready. It's that simple, it's that easy. So this would be a win-win if these ended up being, really delicious. So I'm really excited about this. So yeah, if you do go search for recipes, apparently you will find a lot of them that either have you pressure canning them because it would be a low acid food, or it would have you heat the brine, which this lady that I was watching do this said that she had a soggy mess when she cooked the brine and then poured it over the zucchini. So I'm going to try it this way and see how it works. So I'm just filling the last jars here, and then I'm going to fill my water bath canner and get these on for 25 minutes. So in the recipes where they have you boil the juice beforehand, I don't think the canning time is quite that long, 25 minutes. But since I'm not doing that, I will take those extra couple minutes to make sure these are canned right. So I'm getting quite a bit here. Not sure how many jars I started with, but I already had to go get some more. And this was maybe, what was it, 6 zucchini or 7? Fairly big ones. Quite a few jars, more than I thought I would get. So I'm going to do my sugars and lemon juice now. So tomorrow I will be testing these pineapple on a recipe. I make a pineapple chicken dish. Need a tablespoon. I make a pineapple chicken dish where I make a pineapple gravy and you fry the chicken and have that with gravy and veggies over rice. And so I will be using one of these zucchini that identifies as a pineapple tomorrow and kind of test it to see if this is actually something that is going to work. That would be really cool because pineapple don't grow in South Dakota, but zucchini certainly do. So I have my water bath canner going. It still needs to heat up some, but I'm just going to get the lids on these and the rings. I usually bring my lids to boiling and then I turn it off. And like I said, we're going to process these for 25 minutes. Once our canner reaches a boil, we will pile them in. I figure I'll probably have more than one batch. So now that I'm all done with the canning project, I'm taking my scrap bucket down to the chickens and the cows, and we'll see. Well, there's a bunch of chickens in the pasture there, but there's always some by the coop. There'll be somebody waiting to eat this. Dogs are excited. to see if it indeed tastes like a pineapple. If I can get one open. It smells just like pineapple. It smells exactly like a canned pineapple. Right, here goes. Yes, it does. It tastes a little bit like, I don't want to say a pineapple that's gone bad, but a pineapple that's kind of lost some of its vibrant flavor. So it's not just this explosion of pineapple, it's a little bit subtle, but it's still a pineapple chunk. It can definitely pass for a pineapple. It's not super, super sweet, even though we added sugar. So it's basically a pineapple that, I don't really want to say bland, but it's a pineapple with just kind of a subtle pineapple flavor. But probably more than enough to pass for your pineapple recipes. Oh yeah, absolutely amazing. I will be doing this again. So what I'm going to do today with these is I'm making a pineapple chicken recipe. So it's like this dish with rice and steamed vegetables and chicken, and then I make a gravy that asks for a pineapple and pineapple juice. So that's what I'm going to use today to make that. And oh yeah, I think this will work absolutely. This definitely passes enough for a pineapple that it'll work great. And I know this will work in my carrot cakes and my pineapple upside down cake. This will work. One thing I'm really excited about is Hawaiian pizza, to make that ham and pineapple pizza with this. So yeah, this is really good. Guess what I'm going to be planting a lot of next year, because like I said, pineapple don't grow in South Dakota that I know of, but zucchini certainly do. So this was definitely a success. And I think what helped them keep that nice shape was that we didn't cook the brine. I think if we would have cooked the brine and canned it, we would have ended up with a little bit more of a mushier product, but this is not mushy at all since we took out that seed. This is actually a crunchy, it's got a nice crunch to it. So this was definitely a success. I don't know what's floating around in here. Oh, it's got a little bit of green on it, a little bit of the skin. But yeah, very, very good. If you closed your eyes and somebody gave this to you to taste, you would say that you're eating a pineapple. No doubt about it. So that's what I was going for. I'm really glad this worked out. So I'm really, really excited about these.